There are over 20 add-ons on Legion, so it can be hard figuring out what is actually good and what is actually not even worth bringing into the trial. So in this video, I'm going to be showing off the best add-ons to the worst add-ons, so that way you actually have the best chance in winning in the trials. All this footage comes directly from the Legion guide, so if you haven't watched it already, I definitely recommend giving it a watch. But that's enough yapping. I hope you guys enjoy. Now since we're done looking at perks, let's go into the add-ons. Knowing which add-ons to bring into a trial is extremely important. This is because some add-ons are insanely strong and some are just flat out weak. Some are so weak that they actually just give you a disadvantage bringing them into the trial. I made a tier list showing off what I think the best add-ons are to the worst add-ons. S tier add-ons and by far Legion's best are Iridescent Button and Mischief List. Iridescent Button is an iridescent add-on, which means they are the most rare and cost the most amount of blood points. This add-on makes it where when Legion's in frenzy, you can vault over a pallet and it instantly breaks. This makes Legion a much more dangerous killer when in chase, and it completely robs survivors of the ability to pre-drop pallets without instantly being punished. Mischief List is a common add-on that offers you 2 extra seconds in your frenzy. 2 seconds may not sound like a lot, but the value that this add-on can provide is huge. You get hits much more consistently when in your frenzy, and since it's just a common, it doesn't cost much and you have tons of them for just something that gives you a flat out buff. A tier add-ons that provide crazy value into the trials every game. These add-ons are Fume Mixtape, which some refer to as Eerie Mixtape, Filthy Blade, Friendship Bracelet, and Etched Ruler. Fume Mixtape allows you to have tons of info while in frenzy thanks to the ability to determine the progress of generators around the map. This add-on makes it where you don't have to bring info perks since you already have a good idea on what the survivors are doing and where they're at based on generator progress. This add-on does also come with the ability to degress gens while in frenzy by 100%, which also stacks with Hex Ruin to make it 200%. Filthy Blade makes it where survivors have to take 4 extra seconds to mend themselves, which just all around buys you extra time in the trial. Friendship Bracelet has a similar effect, but not as strong as Mischief List. This add-on extends Legion's lunge when in frenzy, so just like Mischief List, it just makes frenzy much more consistent. Etched Ruler is shockingly one of the only exceptions to using Oblivious on Legion. This is because how easy it is to bait survivors that you hit in frenzy, causing them to be oblivious. They see you run off thinking it's safe, only for you to cancel your power and just sneak back over. You can get free downs with this pretty consistently. Next is B tier add-ons. These add-ons provide pretty decent value in the trial, but they may need proper perks or proper add-ons to get its full value. These add-ons consist of Stab Wound Study, Susie's Mixtape, Mural Sketch, Never Sleep Pills, Legion Pin, and Smiley Pin. Stab Wound Study allows you to see survivors' auras after they finish mending. Combining this with Etched Ruler gives you the perfect chance to sneak up on a survivor. Susie's Mixtape extends your killer instinct by 60 meters total. This feeds you tons of info on knowing where survivors are located across the map. Just be careful not to overcommit on survivors far away while in frenzy. Mural Sketch gives you extra speed in your frenzy for every hit you get on survivors. This gives you extra distance, but isn't as impactful as the other 2 Legion add-ons. Never Sleep Pills extends your frenzy by 10 seconds, but slows Legion's frenzy speed by a huge margin. This slow movement speed ultimately makes people have to bring Mural Sketch just to make it useful. Plus, spending that long in frenzy for a good survivor team just to take a hit for their teammates just ultimately ends up wasting time. But it's good against inexperienced players and or solo queued people. Legion Pin makes it where after self-mending, the survivor will be given the broken status effect for 60 seconds. This add-on alone isn't very impactful because of how often survivors don't heal, but with the proper perks like Thanatophobia and Blood Echo, survivors will actually want to heal up and you'll be robbing them of that. Smiley Pin causes survivors who self-mend to get mangled. This makes the healing take longer for the survivors, and also this lasts 60 seconds or until a survivor gets healed. C-tier add-ons are useless without the proper add-ons to accompany them, like Julie's Mixtape and Stylish Glasses. Julie's Mixtape allows your power to completely replenish when getting stunned in frenzy. This add-on is pretty mid, but by bringing the perk Enduring and the add-on Iridescent Button, you become a pallet-eating machine with nothing to stop you. Without these as the combo though, this add-on is pretty bad. Stylish Glasses shows the survivor's auras when they are self-mending from 24 meters away from you. So again, this add-on in my opinion is completely useless unless you have Etched Ruler to sneak up on them. D tier for basically useless is BFFs. This add-on is token based where you have to hit like 20 people in frenzy. Afterwards you get a small buff of 4% haste at the endgame and the endgame only. So in my opinion, you're kind of just throwing the game for 4% extra haste, and you're forced to make an endgame build with this. F tier add-ons that in my opinion you should just never bring. The add-ons are Stolen Sketchbook, Smiley Face Pin, Frank's Mixtape, and Joey's Mixtape. Stolen Sketchbook causes survivors to drop their items when chain hitting them in your frenzy. The items don't even lose charges, so it's kind of just a waste of time because the survivors are just going to pick the item back up. So if you hate items that much, just bring the perk Franklin's. Smiley Face Pin gives survivors blindness for 60 seconds when they self-mend. This may have a chance of messing with the survivors for a little bit, but overall it just has no impact. Frank's Mixtape makes it where when you're in Frenzy, you kick breakable walls and gens 20% faster. The only thing is, I don't know why you would be doing that in Frenzy anyway, because after coming out of Frenzy, you're ultimately wasting your time because you're stunned there for like 2 seconds. Finally, Joey's Mixtape, which gives survivors hemorrhage when self-mending. This effect makes it where if you interrupt survivors healing, it instantly basically goes back to 0, but with Legion, it really doesn't make sense to have this add-on because you could just go in Frenzy and instantly injure them both anyway. It literally just achieves nothing. So it's by far, in my opinion, the worst add-on, and that has no purpose.